I'll now request Arup to come and make his remarks, please.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you, sir, for giving me this opportunity to speak to this August gathering. I'm going to touch upon some 2-3 aspects in this design-led manufacturing. I think when we talk about design-led manufacturing, what do we really mean? I think Mr. Mohan Reddy touched upon several aspects of it. But if I put it as a strategy from the industry, it's a strategy which actually shifts the paradigm from the red ocean strategy to the blue ocean strategy. That means you are designing for a market which is niche and where there is white space. So you don't go and fight with each other and create a blood bath in the ocean, which is the red ocean strategy. To do this, you actually have to innovate, what Mr. Mohan Reddy was saying. And to do that innovation, it's not very simple. Means I can come here and say innovate or do something new or something like that. But as the world is changing very rapidly with disruptive technologies, it's extremely difficult to see what is going to happen in the future. One of the very famous Canadian ice hockey player once said that I go to the puck where it will be, not where it is or where it has been. So when you are designing, you have to actually do that. You have to predict what will be there in maybe 5 to 10 years time, or maybe even 3 to 5 years time, because the window is shortening. And you have to be present there or think ahead and design for that. So when we talk about designing led manufacturing, what we mean is creating a differentiator through your design. Now again, coming from the industry aspect, I have been with 12 years from DRDO and slightly more than that with the industry, so I know both the sides of it. And in the industry, I was with product companies as well as service companies. The challenge is, DRDO projects or defense projects are like one-off, and you don't monetize what you have innovated. So that's not on. For the industry, looks to be, how to make the money out of that. So if you look at global defense electronics companies which produce electronics for the defense sector, what they try to do is they actually make a base design. You talk about a radar system or a missile system, that design is available and the production is available for a basic module. They will sell the variants. If it is, let's say, the Patriot missile, which US was actually deploying in Iraq war and all this. So they will make the variant, and the configuration of that will come mainly through some specialized hardware or specialized software. Okay, so you make a base design and then build on that and use the software and some other specific hardware to make the differentiation. So you can now sell your base design to other countries or other even commercial use. I was part of 2 large programs in DRDO. So we have ordered a ruggedized computer to one of the, presently one of the big IT services company. It was that time mainly into R&D and products. And they were a big player in the R&D space of defense. So they produced the ruggedized computer, but the design was such, it was made to the RFP specification. I think yesterday we were discussing that. So somebody said the cabin would be hanging because they don't know when the vehicle moves out what to do with it. It was not specified in the RFP. So my suggestion is, you should go and suggest, because we should not expect that DRDO or government will lay out the technology roadmap or give you exact RFP. They can give you a broad RFP probably. And you should work on that and suggest, come out with additional things which will actually enhance that design and make it a very good product. So the design of that ruggedized computer was made in such a way that it was one-off. It could be probably used in some more of the program which defense had, but it could not be monetized in a big way. Similarly, we went for a ruggedized display again by one of those kind of companies, and again the same problem. Moving forward, when I went for my, when I was leading the second program in the defense, DRDO, we actually changed the approach. We didn't go for a ruggedized display, but we went for a commercially available computer system which could be modified to become the display. Now, so if the industry starts thinking like that and makes modular designs, which could be scaled up, changed, configured, and then can be sold to not only the defense but globally. And globally, you can sell it to the different defense companies in the other nations, like let's say the African countries, or where they want some cheaper solutions, cheaper products. Then you will have the monetization of your innovation. So that is one aspect which I would like to stress upon. I think it's a very important aspect. Second aspect is Industry 4.0 is now the manufacturing standard, de facto standard in the West. Many of the companies are going there. And because we have this opportunity of Make in India, I think we should leapfrog from where the manufacturing industry was in India to this new Industry 4.0. So what it talks about is the optimization of the plants. So you actually gather data from your lines, the sensors, and then you can analyze that data and take action to do predictive corrections, preventive corrections, and so on and so forth. Also, when I'm talking about modular based design and doing some corrections on top of that or configuration on top of that, it is easier done if you are having an integrated plant. And we should not stop at that. What we should do is the R&D lab and the design also should be integrated with the manufacturing facility. So you have a bidirectional traceability, which will make your job much more easier. So with that, I think there is not much time. I'll stop here, but I'll be able to answer any questions or take up any specific cases that you would like to discuss. Thank you.
Thank you.